So I'm here after now 7 days of working extremely hard with my business and trying to recover the company from its 600,000 a year sales down to simply £200 a day in sales, with no explanation from eBay as to why this has happened. So being a methodical businessman, I have went out of my way to decide or try and find a way of resolving the issues and trying to find alternatives and reasons and resolutions to them reasons. And here's what I found. Currently, there are 5 reasons why this business is failing, and I will point them out now. Sorry to interrupt you. Most of you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, so please like, subscribe, and please click on the alert button. Thanks for watching. 1 was recession. We are currently in a global recession, not helped by the political climate that is going on at the minute with Trump and our government in the UK continually making rules and regulations to prevent the freedom of money or the freedom of making money. We are working ourselves in the United Kingdom where my freedoms are being absolutely eroded, where I can't really make money like I used to. And it's to do with government policy, where they're punishing me for employing staff with this heavy tax burden that it is a punitive measure by employing staff. All the government are doing is destroying this economy. Number 2, Vinted, Whatnot, Depop, Mercury, OnBuy, and all the other people that are selling very similar online platforms, and they're competing with eBay. And eBay, being who they are, they don't want to be eBay. They hate themselves. They've got this self-flatulence where they really don't like themselves. And they try to be Amazon, like they did a couple of years ago. And they destroyed our channel that way. And they tried to be Vinted. And now they've got all these other bits and pieces that are going on with Vinted. And they're trying to be Whatnot. What is wrong with just simply being eBay? It is just so that the platforms themselves are winning customers by keeping their platform stable, by not chopping and changing, but by adding on their levels of productivity, by adding their business and growing their business by continually inviting new sellers to sell new stock. What I've noticed about eBay is they're going the opposite direction. They're preventing you from selling stock. They're telling you you cannot sell because of one policy. They're telling you why they can't sell because of another policy. I myself have got 8 breaches of policies for selling products such as a plastic scraper, which tiles on an adhesive for a window film. And that plastic scraper is known as a violation of the knife product. We cannot sell garden forks. We can't even sell a handle of a razor blade. No razor blade with it, just the handle. And we have been stopped from selling it and got a violation mark against us. Do we protest? We've given up. They come in quicker than we can protest now. So am I going to get banned because I'm not safe to the eBay community again? Because remember, years ago, I set up multiple channels on eBay to prevent myself from being destroyed by an MC11. Are they back? Are we going to the Vero next? The ban, how to ban your customer? It just feels that eBay continually try very, very hard to kill its customer base, both its seller and its buyer. Another issue is the greed of eBay. This, to me, is one of the biggest sticklers for me. I myself have ran a business to approximately £600,000 a year with eBay over my multiple channels. And I was very, very happy with the business. We are doing well. I was promoting good videos of our packing. And yet, the constant ability for eBay to continually decline their customer base and yet ask more of the remaining loyal customers, where they're asking for more fees, such as on-site promoted fees, off-site promoted fees, anchor fees, higher buyer fees, higher seller fees. And the scenario is they've got the same or less service to their customers, but seek more money for doing nothing. What I believe now is eBay are doing less for more. Whereas now I am doing more for less. I've had to adapt and change because one time I was doing 600 grand. Now, or only last month, I reported the sales of just £3,000 for a week. I employ 4 staff and I'm extremely loyal to these staff. And I can't run a business on £3,000 a week. And I haven't got the money to pay their wages. Now, ultimately, this business has to stand on its own 2 feet. I can't just keep paying in to a company that's losing money because of both government policy to punish me for employing staff by putting on punitive taxes, employer taxes, and have my staff get paid a decent wage to work in an environment that I want to keep very, very good for them. Why is it that eBay want more as well? So they try to be vented by sending the automatic feedback system, which is a good system, but they've tried everything else, such as buyer protection fees, which I will get onto later on in the program. The scenario is that eBay just don't really know who they are. They're not grounded. They don't think about themselves and see how they can improve on their own model. Because to be honest with you, I ain't going to Vinted. Well, not without being forced by eBay, and eBay are currently forcing both my hand and most likely your hand, because you as the buyer who are watching this program right now are being charged a fee for simply buying a piece of item or stock item from me. So you're being charged a protection fee for someone that, by the by, you don't need to be protected from, because all the scammer sellers are really gone. There's a major decency of sellers, and very few people are scammers. And when they are scammers, eBay catch on to them really, really quickly. They've got it all in place. So why are they feeing everyone for something they don't really need to fee them under? If someone wants to return an item, we happily take returns. And a majority of the eBay sellers do it. 99% of the eBay sellers do it. So why do they need to charge for a buyer scam? This is another reason for their greed. Greed is their king. They want money and they don't care how they get it. They don't want to work for it. They just want to impose more regulation, more policies, more veros, more scammers, and more issues upon you. Myself, I was victim of the GPSR climate because I'm here in Northern Ireland. I can't sell to my fellow man in Northern Ireland without having to put in major amounts of workload in order to sell to, say, for example, my next door neighbor. But I can sell to England, can't sell to Europe anymore because I have to put in major amounts of information to sell a product that's only worth £10. They've not taken into account that people get paid minimum wage or above minimum wage, like my staff. My staff are being paid well. And eBay seem to think that we work on £1 an hour. But yet they're happy to pay their staff way above minimum wage, but they expect me to pay for it in the sales that I get. The scenario is that I have now had to take the bullet and I bit it. I bit it hard. And what is my bite? I am now, in order to sustain the £600,000 I need, I now have to pay them more. My fees are nearly 30 to 35% since this has started in November of 2024. We are now in May of 2025, and I have finally given in to do off-site promotions as well as on-site promotions, costing me around 20% on its own. And the anchor fees being £500. I have 2 anchor stores that are currently pulling in £500 to £600 each a day, maybe more at times. And that has sustained my business. But I've had to feed the greed. They want to do less for more, where I have to do more for less. Am I a busy fool? Well, tell that to my staff. Our staff need their jobs. At the minute, I've seen job unemployment, and I see the statistics of job unemployment going up. So unemployment is up by 110,000 more people this month, purely because businesses are not coping. I've been led to believe that there are 90,000 businesses have closed in the last month due to the major taxation that's going on. We are in a world recession, people, and it's not caused by anything we've done. We are not getting any extra pay. Inflation continues to rise in the UK anyway, and we are expected to sell for the same price than we did last year, because the customer, the consumer, has not been willing to move up on their price, yet minimum wages have gone up 20% in the last 2 years. So where do we stand? eBay themselves understand that there is a recession. They're not going to tell you there's a recession. They're not going to help our resellers. And a lot of resellers are wondering, what the feck have I done wrong? You've done nothing wrong. Neither have I. All we've done is we've continually improved our listings, continually improved our standards and our policies and our environments for our customers. I rarely hear complaints from my customers. I'm at 99.1% negative or positive feedback, with two negative feedbacks from some of my customers. The rest are all positive. And that will continually rise with the automated feedback system that is now taken over. So reason number 4 is the greed of eBay. They've actually stated that sellers and buyers, or otherwise known as platform users, has reduced from 10.1 billion down to 7.7 billion in the last 12 months. However, they've also reported that their revenue has more or less sustained the same price, albeit gone down incrementally. What does that tell you? It tells you that they are taking more money from the remaining active sellers and the remaining active buyers. They found new ways, copious new ways of making money from people like you and me. And I feel it. I've never seen a business where I'm not making as much money as I did before. It feels a bit like Amazon, where the fees continue to jump on you and you've no idea what you're making. And that's what I feel about eBay now. I don't trust what they tell me I'm making. I don't trust what they tell me I've made. I just look at the overall sales figures, and then I look at my revenue that comes into my account. And I say, well, that all went to eBay, because my total figures say one thing and my bank account says another. The other thing that I feel that has killed eBay is buyer protection. Again, I refer to eBay wanting to be invented now. They've wanted to be Amazon for a very long time. Now they're trying to be whatnot. And I understand there are changes that need to be made, but why not do it eBay style? eBay is known as a leader in this, but yet they want to be everybody else but themselves. Self-hatred continues, but they still pay their shareholders bigger and bigger dividends. And this is the problem I'm having with this. I don't enjoy this, but it's a bullet I had to take. It's a bullet that I had to swallow. So where are we now? Since last month, my sales have risen from £200 a day up to approximately 1,000 to 1,200 a day. Is this going to change? I don't know. I don't know what is going to happen. I genuinely don't. Will the recession bite further? Is this the end of the recession at the lowest point? Or are we intending to go deeper? If that's the case, I can't afford to pay eBay anymore. I'm at the bottom of my barrel already. And if I break even, as long as eBay are paid, HMRC are paid, my staff are paid, and the post office is paid, I will break even on that. I will go without, because I have other businesses that make me money elsewhere. But that still isn't fair, because I have to work a good amount of hours per day maintaining my businesses. So the business is changing, and we're having to do things more socially As you can see, my channel is known as Big Al's Superstore. This superstore is all about social media. I'm having to adapt my YouTube channel in order to make more sales, hoping that I can crush 10% more sales just because I'm Big Al. And it is a shame that I have to do this. It feels a bit like I'm selling myself. I didn't want to do that when it come to YouTube, and I wanted to just simply sell my ideas and inspire young people or even older folk on how to make money while doing business online, construction, etc., etc. But now I'm actually having to thank people while I'm doing live packings. This is where I've ended up. And I don't have a problem with it because, once again, I care about my staff like a lot of employers do. And I want them to have a good environment in which they work in. But for me, all I can see is that eBay greed is getting greedier. Amazon, there've always been a race to the bottom. Now we're having to race to the bottom ourselves. I'm having to find new and innovative ways of selling on eBay just to cut the mark, just to keep the mark intact and at least get 600,000 a year. It's a lot of work. It's hard. And I could do a lot more things a lot easier. But we're here. And I'm here. Will I make a decision? Will I change it in the future? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. So, here is my response to how you need to improve your business in 2025. Here it is. Number one is you advertise more on eBay. You must do off-site and on-site promotions. Even if you're selling 2% to 5% on off-site or on-site and about, say for example, £2 a day on off-site, get listings listed, get them up for sale. Number two is that you now have to send offers to anyone that's interested on your products. And you have to do it every hour, on the hour, all the time. This is what we're doing. We're sending out offers every hour, on the hour. And that is how it's working. And we're discounting up to 20%. We're not doing sales anymore because it didn't work. We're not doing coupons anymore because that worked even less. We're doing newsletters now, and we're sending updating social newsletters, and we're sharing more on my YouTube channel and on my Facebooks and my Twitters about what I do on YouTube. My staff are interacting with our customers a lot more, trying to get them to buy. So we're having to do that hard sell. And we are chasing them to the bottom. And this is not fair. The profit margins are less. Sometimes I'm taking a zero profit on stock just to get rid of it so I can buy more stock. And this is the way it is. This is the way it's become. So what I tell you today is not good news. What I tell you today is not going to help you make more money. What I tell you today is going to make you having to work harder to earn the same amount than you did last year. What I also will tell you, it is temporary, and the recession will end and sales will return to eBay or the other platforms who are competing at that time. Maybe eBay will be gone in 2 years' time and I'll be on another channel. Maybe I'll be selling on Whatnot or Vinted or neither. Maybe there'll be a new eBay made from, I don't know, someone like Elon Musk. I don't know. All I know is that greed with eBay is no good. It will not work when you keep taking from the innocent sellers and the innocent buyers of the industry. A fair proportional amount should be no more than 15%. eBay have doubled my fees. What about you guys? Ask us in the comments down below. The final thing that I'm going to talk about that is one of the nails in the coffin of eBay currently. Maybe they can draw it out. And this is them wanting to be vented and this buyer protection fee. They're making no loss on this buyer protection fee. And all I can see is a reason to make more money and satisfy their shareholders. These are the 5 reasons why eBay have failed. And I am telling you the reasons why you can make money still on eBay. But be very aware, eBay will walk away with more money than you made. Whether you find that acceptable or not, well, there are no alternatives at the minute that I can see that are viable other than Amazon and eBay. I do believe that growth is coming and I don't know which way it's going to go. So the future will tell you. But this will be my last video. I will continue doing packing and posting videos because I believe that's the way we need to do things to keep our business fluffy. But this is the way it has to be. So I'm going to end it right now. And I'm going to thank you so much for watching my video. I'm about to hit 25,000 subscribers. And I thank you all for joining and listening to my channel.